Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Black Waves. I am going to be your DM, GM, storyteller, whatever you would like to call me, the Forgotten Dreams, otherwise known as Forgotten Dreams, over on Trovo and YouTube. And I am joined by a lovely host of wonderful, wonderful people who will be going along with me on this D&D adventure. Unfortunately, we are missing one of our players. Pablo was not able to make it as he is currently having some stomach issues, but that is totally okay. Um, And also, to round out as our very quick announcement, we do have another campaign that will be hitting the channel fairly soon, coming in about 2 weeks from now. So when this game comes back on, it will be preceded by another game the previous day. Yay! All right, but other than that quick announcement, let's get into it, shall we? Now, Wade gave us the lovely recap last time of what happened, but this time it falls under Ellen. Could you tell us what happened?
All right, I'll do my best. My notes differ from the notes in Discord, so I'll say what I remember from last time first. So we're traveling along. We came across a couple of dead horses that were disemboweled and
Sasha, you are giving off some
echo.
What do you call it? Echo.
Horses came across a dead skeleton. There was a battle. There were arrows. We kept going. There was a clearing. We found a little farming settlement, I guess. People loading some sacks onto a cart. We continued on. We saw some smoke. Oh, am I echoing again? We saw some smoke about 5 miles off the road. People kept coming down the path and cutting off into the forest, heading toward that. I overheard a dude talking to another dude about the prince being killed, but his sister's okay. Dreadwalker apparently slayed him. We found some weird money on the beach that we hung on to. It was the king's gold. We found a whole bunch of dead children, which was sort of not that great, who were escorts for a food caravan, I guess, going from one place to another. We came across a little town, maybe a large town, I don't know, a town. No, it was a pretty big town. And we, I think, met the king, who gave us some more of those onyx coins. I think that was the king, King Bathelwolf. Maybe I made that up. And the city had been besieged and was being repaired as we arrived. We ended up at a tavern that didn't really have a name. It had a sign of an anvil and a sign of ale. And I talked to the bartender and he gave us some information. And I made him make a whole bunch of change, which he didn't appreciate. And that's what I remember. That's what I wrote down.
It's pretty decent. All right. Fantastic. Okay. So, what I do not fully remember is if you guys stayed in the tavern, because Garrett gave you guys keys to rooms because he ran off with with a single piece of gold and gave you guys keys and rooms. But do you guys stay in there, or do you want to chill out in your tents for the night?
I stay in my tent.
Think we got to that, but if I have a key, I'm gonna stay in a room.
Yeah. No, we did. We definitely did get to that.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's, I think, what I would have done.
Okay. Fantastic. So you stayed in your room.
I would have also stayed in my room.
Okay. Fantastic.
I would have stayed in my room.
And Desh, you're staying out in the tents with Nash.
Yeah, I'm never gonna be far from my buddy.
Okay, gotcha. Actually, no. So you would have gotten Nash from the stables, because you guys paid for stables as well.
Yes, we did. And then when we decided to stay, somebody ran out. I think Sasha ran out and paid them more to keep the animals overnight. That's right.
And it was like a multi-tiered stable and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
So do you stay in a tent by yourself or go and stay in the stables with Nash?
I go out by stables.
Okay, fantastic. All right, so late in the night, as you are snuggled in the warmth of one giant murderous creature known as Nash, you are soundly asleep when I need you to roll me a perception check.
Perception. Natural 20.
Nice.
Okay. Natural 20. Over the course of the night. No. Only Desh, not Sasha. Sasha does not have to worry about what's happening. So, over the course of the night, as you were sleeping, you have a flash of visions. Initially, it all seems to go by too fast, but as you sit down and you think about what you've seen as the morning comes, what you remember is, and if you'd like to describe the heart of the forest from the Faerun, if you'd like to describe what that looks like to the audience.
The heart of the forest is in design very much like your typical humanoid heart, except it is covered in mostly bark as well as spots of just almost glowing green leaves. From where it was originally, it was locked inside of my mother's, the core of her territory, which was this great tree. And when it was removed, it does happen to, quote unquote, bleed a glowing green sap.
Okay. You see that held aloft in the air by two ashen hands in the middle of a dark forest. You can't make out what kind of trees they are surrounded by, as they're shaded in a very heavy coat of gray from your vision. And you don't remember seeing any types of leaves or anything like that to identify the trees. But what you do remember is a very familiar looking squirrel.
Who has this? We're going to have
Dead.
some quick problem. Oh.
And sprawled out against one of the trees. The figure holding aloft the heart, you cannot see their face as they are completely covered in a large cloak. But they are surrounded on all sides by about 20 other individuals with ashen skin from what you can see. None of their faces you can make out as well. Above each of these individuals is a black crown with a single green gem encrusted in the center of it that simply floats a few inches above them and spins counterclockwise. And at the end of the visions, you see the hand stretch forward towards you almost. And a large black pulpy mass comes from beneath the leaves of the forest and withers and slides its way over the heart of the forest and drags it in to the ground.
Hey.
And that's all you remember.
Not ominous at all. Oh boy.
And you are awoken with the early dawn sounds of a rooster and the subtle nudge of the large clawed toe of one Nash as he shifts you slightly.
I just sitting up very groggily as trying to process what I just had a big vision of. Trying to understand symbolism here.
Sure.
Just not Dash's strong suit.
And at this time, the rest of you are waking up in your rooms, respectively, within the inn.
Morning.
I slept great.
I bet. Breakfast, breakfast.
You are muffled as all heck. I can't tell what you just said.
Breakfast, breakfast. I need breakfast.
Something about breakfast. The mic is getting, like, overloaded.
I need breakfast.
Yeah, no, going louder is not helping. Well, while she figures out what's going on with her mic,
I need breakfast.
that's still not helping.
Not help it.
No, I think it might be... Maybe try unplugging and replugging your mic.
I need breakfast.
I could hear and tell what you said, but now you're very low.
No winning.
But, yeah. You hear Sasha in various different tones try and say the words, I need breakfast.
I need breakfast!
You hear that coming from her room.
All right, I'll get up and I will knock on Sasha's door and say, hey, let's go down to breakfast.
So the two of
Got
you...
it.
How'd you sleep?
Awful.
I slept like a baby.
You hear a lot of pops. Oh, crap. Pop, pop. Come on, Garen. Food.
You get no response from Garen's room.
Maybe he's already down there.
Okay, you knock on his door. No response.
Open the door.
The door's locked.
I picked the lock.
All right, go ahead and roll me... Let's see. Do you have a thing set up for your thieves' tools? Because I need a dexterity check with your thieves' tools proficiency.
Okay.
I'll give you guidance.
I have lock picking tools. Hold on. I don't think I've ever done this before, actually. Well,
So make me a dex check, and then add your proficiency. A dex check, not a saving throw. So take your... You're going to have to roll this manually. Take your dex bonus and your proficiency, and then roll me a d20 along with it.
okay, so click a dex check.
No. That's
Oh.
a dex save. But you rolled a natural 20 anyways. So what you actually would have rolled was... What's your proficiency?
4. No. My proficiency is 3.
Okay. So it actually ends up being the same number, luckily for you. So yeah, 24. All right. With a quick, you feel the lock give way.
I look inside.
The bed is made. There is a few scribblings that have been kind of crinkled and thrown away into a corner. Yeah, no. No Garen.
That's weird. I walk inside and look around.
Okay, give me a... do you just want to do a general look around, or do you want to start, like, sifting through stuff?
Yeah, is all his stuff here?
His things are not in the room.
But the door was locked.
Correct.
All right, well, maybe he locked his door after he walked out. That's kind of weird. I don't know why you do that. Okay, let's go downstairs. Maybe he's downstairs.
Okay.
Two of you head downstairs, and you come downstairs to a very loud, boisterous voice of which you recognize to be his. And you see him sitting at a table with 20 other individuals in a large gambling game of some sort involving dice, cards, and lots of ale.
Has this been going on all night?
You can see the bartender, who's the same bartender that was there last night. He kind of just groggily just nods his head as you come down the stairs. He's got heavy dark circles under his eyes. You can see he's 3 mugs in the coffee, clearly. And there is the smell of fresh cooked breakfast being made on the large open fire, which now has a grill plating over it by a woman you don't recognize in the background. Yeah.
I really need breakfast and coffee. I don't know what is going on over there, but it looks serious.
Yeah, so your friend came down not too long after all of you went up and said that he, wanted to get some additional information about where you guys were headed. Let's just say he, while doing his information gathering, stepped on a few toes. Now he's in a very, very serious game of Galashtu.
What is that?
It's complicated. It's a card dice game. It's fun, I guess you could say. I don't see the fun in it.
Do they look like they're having fun?
Oh, they look like they're having the most fun over at the table. I mean, people are rowdy. They're cheering for their respective sides. You can see quite a few of them have piled up behind Garen and are, like, cheering him on. Some of them trying to whisper strategies in his ear. Quite a few of them have they've taken another one of the tables that isn't being used for the game, and you can see that there is a person there who looks almost as groggy as the bartender, who has 3 large purses of coin of various different coinage, all separated out in front of him. There's a massive scroll with names and numbers that cover it. It looks like it's definitely something's going on.
I'm gonna find a corner, sit down, and start drinking my coffee while I'm waiting for my breakfast to be brought out.
Okay.
By the way, can everybody hear me well now?
Yeah, but you're
Yep.
low. But it's fine. I can also hear myself.
Well,
Just no winning.
But while she is doing that, what is Senna gonna be doing?
I'll join Sasha and wait for breakfast. I don't care what Garen's doing. As long as he's enjoying himself, he can go ahead and do that.
All right, fantastic. While the two of you sit down, are you gonna also get coffee and wait for breakfast?
No, I don't want coffee, but I will get some tea and I will wait for breakfast.
Okay. So you ask for tea, and he says, "I've got black. That's about it."
Black's fine.
Okay. So he goes ahead and makes you tea. Takes a little bit longer for that to come out than the coffee, but he does get it to you. And it's like a very, very simple meal. It's just some very actually juicy bratwursts, a couple of fried eggs, and some toast that has a healthy dose of butter on them.
They have hot sauce?
They don't, unfortunately. They ran out about 3 hours ago.
All right.
Because part of the game involves hot tamale shots. So they ran out of all their hot sauce. And
So,
the crowd is
bad.
also apparently decided to participate in the drinking portion of the game.
Well, I suppose they're making a lot of money, and even though the staff are probably pretty tired, it looks like it's a popular scene. I just keep drinking my coffee.
Okay.
What's for breakfast?
The same. You get exactly the same. Does Desh come in at any time, or is he just going to chill out by the horses? and
Dash
stuff?
is gonna just, for the time being, take care of Nash, take care of the horses, make sure everything's on the up and up, and eventually, after they're left good, Dash will make his way to the tavern to check in with his people.
Okay. So you come in and you see the two of them off to one corner, drinking their respective drinks and going through dinner, or not dinner, but breakfast, while your smaller friend, Garen, is having a blast off in the opposite corner. Looks like he's either making a killing or losing a lot of money in the process.
Well, as long as it's not my money, Dash will go over and join the other two.
I don't know what's going on, but they're having a rip-roaring time, apparently, and I don't think Garen is going to be in any capacity able to travel today.
If you want to stay here and let him sober up, I can keep going unknown.
We can
You
put him
can't
on a
go
horse
alone.
and he'll be okay.
Look, I know you're gung-ho about making sure you get what you need to get, but realize that we are charging off into we don't know what. We
Let's
just
ask him
keep
to
on
charge off with me.
charging forward, and you're not slowing down to figure out if there's even any clues. I mean, what happens if we get there and we can't even handle whatever has the heart? What if we need to build up to get ourselves to the point where we can fight whatever it is, and by charging blindly in, we end up killing ourselves for no reason?
If you want to play safe like you've always wanted, you can stay. I am not slowing. If I slow, Hala dies.
All right.
It's not your family at risk if we slow.
What is the time difference between the Feywild and here?
Now, normally I would ask for a very severe history check for this, but because you are technically also from the Feywild, just give me a normal. DC's gonna be a good 19 from both of you as to what the time difference between the two different planes of existence are.
On a D20?
Yeah.
Alright.
Jesus.
History check, please.
History check.
I got no clue.
Yeah, no, you don't know.
Great. So I got 20 only with advantage, and I'm assuming I don't have advantage.
Nope. Would you like to phone a friend?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
I'm gonna pray.
Oh, that's not one of. Okay, yeah, all right.
I think you meant phone a friend as in literally phone inside of a DS.
That's what I meant. But hey, yeah, sure. Religion check.
Magical phone. I'm
No, it's fine. In this moment, you know, Sasha is like, boy, I could really use some guidance. And you start praying.
That's her natural go-to.
Yes, that is. Go right ahead.
And since I can tell that she's trying to actively like figure something out, I will cast guidance on Sasha.
Sure.
Wow. Things have turned interesting.
Really?
You're muted if your exclamations are being muted.
Whew,
So
all right. Okay. All right. Fine. You know what? It was at that moment Sasha realized she had finally found faith.
Sasha always had faith. Look.
So, through the muddled, horribly garbled connection, that is the difference between this material plane, the normal material plane, and the plane that she exists on. You somehow, maybe it was the shifting of the stars, the planets aligned, you get an answer out. And your question was, what is the time difference between Faerun and the material plane, right?
Yes.
You don't hear a voice, but you get this feeling that the time difference is roughly about a week for an hour.
Our week, their hour?
1 week there is an hour here.
yeah, so I'm not fucking slowing down.
Now, to be clear, she's the only one who gets this feeling. And for some reason, you also get this itching sensation in the back of your head that there's something else that you are forgetting about. Oh, wait, yeah. Anytime you return from there, you don't know how long you've been gone.
Okay, so that's very just iffy. What, like, that is about as 8-ball ask again a different hour an answer we could have got.
Yeah, I mean, it's a religion check. She can't talk to you.
Oh. I'm really grumpy now. I'm eating my breakfast.
Okay.
I haven't shit to say.
All right. Senna
Alright,
just
we'll
watches on.
We're gonna die. Okay.
All right, so eventually, time passes. You guys go ahead and finish up your breakfast. Finish wolfing down your coffee or your tea, respectively, depending on whatever Desh decided to order. He gets that as well, and he wolfs that down. And still, that game is going on with Garen.
I'm gonna go over and get Garen. Tell him we have to go.
Okay. So as you tell him you have to go, he goes, "Whoa, what? But if I leave, I forfeit all my profits."
Well, we can't stay here all day. We gotta go. How much longer are you gonna play? Can't you cash out?
is there a cash out option? And you watch as several people around him just go, no, it's kind of a to the end sort of thing. Unless you want to walk Shala, do you want to walk Shala? And you hear the other side, walk Shala! And he goes, ah!
I don't know what these words mean, but they sound annoying.
Come on,
And
Garen.
he goes ahead and says it, and there's a massive uproar on the other side of the table as they all cheer. And you can see both the bartender and the bookie that has been brought into this both go, oh, as massive bags of coin are handed over, and people just start going crazy over at the money table. And the bartender, it just like looks at you and whispers, "Thank you, thank you." But yeah, and Garen hiccups and starts making his way over to you guys' table. You know, a little upset that he lost all that money, but totally doing well. He's definitely drunk. He tries to take a straight path to the table, and he ends up going awkwardly around 2 other tables before he finally makes it there.
All right, let's get Garen a coffee to go, and I'll ride next to him and make sure he stays in his saddle.
I will make sure that he is tied with rope to his saddle,
I mean, that sounds very uncomfortable.
in addition to him having that coffee.
I'd rather just have the coffee.
Yeah, you'd rather do a lot of things, but apparently we're on a hell-bound chase
How
to
so?
die. Yeah, let's go, buddy. Coffee, please, to go.
When we're going to hell? Which ring?
All of them. Shut up, drink the coffee, and come on.
Okay. You shove the coffee in his hands, and you all head out. Go ahead and get your animals from the stable. They are well kept and well fed. And what's the plan?
North.
We're following Dash.
Make sure I'm still heading in the direction that I got that feeling.
All right. Dash, you go ahead and check in on the signal strength of your feeling of the heart, and you notice you can't feel it.
Oh.
All right, Dash, come on,
Fucking-
let's go. Where are we
Which
going?
way, Dash?
I don't feel it anymore.
What?
I don't feel it. We too slow. As Dash is going to storm off on Nash in the last direction he felt the heart in,
All right, make me a
trying to make
survival.
some.
I quickly tie Garen to his saddle so he does not fall off.
Okay.
And then we rush to follow him.
Dash begins to rapidly head north by northwest as quickly as he can. Go ahead and make me a athletics for Nash.
For my boy.
And I'd like the rest of you to also make me athletics just to see how well you keep up.
Right?
You can substitute your athletics with an animal handling, if you'd like to. All right. Well. Okay. Yeah. All right. Great. I understand that. Okay. Cinna, you bring up the rear of the pack. Let's just put it that way.
Well, I was planning on that anyways. I have to keep my eyes on Garen.
Yeah.
All in my plan.
So Nash's natural speed is 45 feet every time he moves. The goat's natural speed is only 30. And it's the same for the horses.
Even Timo the giant goat.
Yeah, even Timo the giant goat. He's just as fast as the
Pathetic
horses,
Timo.
but he hits a lot harder than the horses in battle, which you haven't used him for because you're not a knight. So, within the first hour, you watch as you all wind your way through various city streetways, going in between various slap chop markets that have been set up in the roads. A few stalls even get knocked over here and there as Nash makes his way down the various streets. Eventually, he makes his way to the main road, and that's when you all turn this massive corner to get on the main road, and you notice that as the three of you, Garen and Sasha and Senna, as your animals rear around the corner, Sasha, you manage to keep up with the speed that Nash is putting out, but Garen and Senna, you're starting to trail behind. Now, Senna, you're able to stay with for now, but they've gained quite a bit of ground on you for right now. So, eventually, you guys hit the city gates about an hour and a half after leaving the tavern. Go ahead and give me your next either animal handling check or athletics check. Nash can only do athletics because Nash is the one who's running here.
Ugh, slowing down.
Luckily, Nash slows down, and Nash receives a point of exhaustion. As Sasha, you managed to catch up, and Senna, despite the slowing down of your noble steed, it manages to actually catch back up with Nash, and Garen's there too. But you guys leave the gates, the gatehouse of the city, and head into the open plains that lies beyond the city. That stretches for maybe a good 30 miles before it hits forest again. And you guys are going past houses and watching as farmers kind of look up. Some of them even have to try and get off the road as you all go charging past. Nash does also manage to knock over one fresh basket of lettuce, and it goes straight into the mud. A farmer chases after you for a good 15 minutes on foot. I'm not saying he's able to keep up, but I am saying he does chase, curse, and wield a hoe in your general direction. But
I'll throw him one of those black coins.
okay.
Sorry.
Let's just throw it. Let me see if we can make a dexterity check to catch it. So it's 1d20. His dexterity is going to be +2 in general for him. He doesn't manage to catch it. Let's see if he's able to find it in the mud. So 1d20. It's going to be a perception check for him. So that's going to be a +1. He does manage to find it in the mud. And you just hear a faint yell off in the distance behind you. I thank you so much, lass. I greatly appreciate it.
Boy.
But yeah. Eventually, the farming houses start to fade away, and more just the larger shares of pure farmland begins to take over, where those who clearly have managed to wriggle into a better deal with their landowners, their land starts to show as you begin to pass through various sprouting crops of various different veggies. All right, that is the second hour. Into the third hour. I would like you all to go ahead and give me your athletics, animal handling, respectively.
I think this will probably be my last hour of pushing Nash, seeing he's getting exhausted.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So, once again, Senna, you start lagging behind. Oh, Jesus. Mute yourself. Thank you. You start lagging behind the group in general. Sasha, you're no longer able to keep up with the speed that Nash is putting out, as he gains quite a gap on all of you. for the next stretch of an hour, and for the most part, you guys are looking at generally just massive chunks of dirt being flung in your direction as Nash rips into the dirt road that you guys are on that's now turned into mud, and is really, really getting out there really strongly. You'll lose sight of him as there's a dip in the hill, and then he'll come back into view. And if this continues, you might just lose him entirely. But eventually, as that third hour ends, you watch as Nash begins to peter his all-out galloping and come to a nice trot. Eventually, maybe about 10 minutes later is when you guys manage to fully catch up with Nash. Just as you're about to hit the edge of the forest.
Dash, I know we're in a hurry, but if you want our help, you need to make sure we can stay with you.
Really help? Day one. Oh, it's too dangerous. Oh, we gotta slow down. Oh, just. I came here to find Mother's heart, and now I can't feel it. Now
We
we're
came
too
to
late.
help you, and we can't do it if we can't keep up.
Point, Dash is just silently just pushing Nash to more just a walking pace into the tree line.
Okay.
And seeing if I'm surrounded by trees, maybe I get a ping of anything or close
I'd
to the
like you
nature.
go ahead and make me a perception check. Bing. You don't feel it. You hear it.
I hear my ping this
Yep.
time.
You hear it this time.
Imagine it feels it's very quiet.
Yes, it is very quiet. You almost don't recognize it as the feeling that you've been getting until you have this sudden rush of pain that rushes into your heart. And you can begin to slowly feel the direction of the heart. It is no longer northwest.
It
is now
is not.
shifted hard west.
Okay, wait, isn't west of here the sea?
Yes.
Well, that's not gonna fucking happen anytime soon.
Do you want to follow the ping?
Oh, I'm following the ping.
All right, so you all watch as Nash and Desh suddenly skid to a halt and shift direction rapidly and go trotting into the woods in the direction of the beach. And a 20-minute journey later, you all sit staring on your respective mounts at the lapping waves of the ocean.
Just getting the dead feeling of across the ocean. Or I'm hearing from
Somewhere
across
in
the
that
ocean.
direction.
We're staring at death. Yeah.
I mean, if you want to be accurate, liquid death, but yeah, sure.
With death, it's all good with tentacles that came out of it, but oh, sure. I guess this means we're going in the ocean. I suggest we find a boat.
Bing! You hear it. All of you hear it. Bing!
What is that?
Bing!
Everyone hears this. so
Everyone
just-
hears this. It's very loud. It's coming from the mist. Bing!
Okay, so organize this as being like my like dragon
You
spell
do.
curse thing.
You do.
So now everyone hears it.
Yes.
Okay, there's a binging.
As the binging continues through the shifting mists of the ocean, you all watch a shape form a few miles off coast. You can just barely make it out. A galleon. The size of 2 dragons slowly moves through the ocean.
Big ship. Big.
The only thing that allows you to make it out is in the center of the galleon sits a massive plate of fire.
It's there.
That's new. I think we need a boat.
It disappears.
A boat would be good. Let's get a boat. Hell, we got these black coins. Let's buy a boat. And a crew.
Anybody know how to sail a boat?
That, and I don't think
No,
there's
that's what
anywhere
the crew is
near a port town.
Nope.
That's what the crew is for. Crew. You know, crew.
Do not have time to go out and find a port town, find a ship. This is probably going to fade away into the mist any second now.
We
can't
can't
swim
walk
to it.
on water.
You see a series of flashes out in the water, past the ship. And eventually you hear dum 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 dum
These cannons?
dum dum dum.
I think it's more like those like drums to row the boat.
Nope. A few seconds later, a black ball of pure steel goes
Never
over
mind.
all of you guys' head and slams into one of the trees.
Why are they
You
shooting
watch
the
as
land?
you watch as the flame on the ship out in the ocean rocks heavily before slowly going back into place. And there is a massive bright light of purple that appears in front of the ship before the ship slowly goes into it and disappears. And the purple closes behind it. And just as the ship disappears, you hear boom, doom, and you see the flashes again past where the ship was. And this time, an entire 50 rounds of cannon ammunition goes over you guys' head.
What are they even firing at? Because I don't think the town is back that way, right?
Nope. The firing
So-
stops.
I think they're firing at us, dude.
Nope. Couldn't see you, even if they wanted to. Firing stops. And
So-
where the ship was, you watch as a massive ship also appears, roughly about the same size. Its sides are riddled with previous signs of battle. There are massive, bloody red sails that hang from its mast. And the cackling of thousands of demons can be heard off in the distance as slowly the ship begins to turn away from land.
Think you can knock over a tree and hop on that for like a makeshift canoe.
You lose the signal of the heart.
We need to find ship. But that might have been the demon horde, by the way.
You think?
I think just putting it out there. That may have been the demon horde.
If these demons are sailing around, firing at people, perhaps we don't want a ship.
Need either a ship or I need to make sure Nash is good swimmer.
Don't think any living thing should go in there with the monsters in the sea.
Mm.
I don't think you want your buddy Nash eaten.
Don't want the heart in creatures like that's possession either.
Understandable. Really
How-
understandable.
How do we follow a ship that disappears?
We
We
don't.
just walk along the coast and
Signal.
hope we
The Ping's
Here
in
it
gone.
fact, would those of you who have magic like to go ahead and make me an Arcana check?
Technically, I have some magic.
Rangers do count if they have magical. If they're the magic version of a ranger.
Hold on.
Oof. With a 9? Yeah, no. Okay, a 12 is exactly what I was looking for. You recognize the spell as Misty Step, but ship size.
Wow.
Oh, that's like a whole ship Misty Step spell. And that's some next level shit that I couldn't possibly. I mean, I know what it is. I just don't know how to do it. For like Misty Step for a whole ship, you know. Do you know what Misty Step is? For a whole ship.
It is what some on the council would use back home. It's in their
Yeah.
blood.
So you're asking us to chase them, which I will. I will. But we're gonna need some help, buddy.
Direction they were heading, is it back kind of the general direction we came from towards the home city?
The direction they were heading was, yeah, towards the home city.
If those are pirates, they probably are going to stop at some point to raid some village, so keep going along the beach back that way.
Aren't they
Go ahead.
on their way to raid us, our home?
That would be the demon ships.
The demons, not the other ship, as
The
far
demon
as we
ships
know.
like to raid this coast every so often. There are
I
no
thought-
pirates that you know of. In fact, now that all of you think about it, there's not very much naval anything. You don't remember the last time you've seen a port city outside of your own.
I thought all the demons were all pirates. I don't know the difference. All I knew were that there was demon hordes out there in ships. I didn't know there was anybody else out there. And I know something's up with this mist. And we know that the tentacle big octopusy thing is in there because we saw it.
That is just sea creature. It is not.
That can easily be explained. That could be a kraken. It's no big deal, right?
Yeah, just a
Just a kraken.
kraken. Yeah. No big deal. Yeah, liquid death. Okay.
Keep focusing on what is dangerous rather than how to deal with danger. Spend too
Okay.
much time worrying, not enough time solving.
Sure.
And Dash is going to start walking Ash along the beach in the direction that the ships were going.
To be clear, they're in two. One headed off, like the ship that had the flame, the one that you are certain probably had the heart on it. That's headed back to home, but the demon ships headed further north.
I'm going to the one with the heart.
Okay.
I don't give two shits about demon ships right now.
So we think that the heart is still on the flame ship.
It is there. When it left, the sound left.
It's true. When it left, the sound did leave.
Where did it go? I mean, Misty Step, from what
On
I
that
understand,
scale?
doesn't take you very far.
No, it shouldn't.
Yeah, but it moved a whole ship.
And I guess we don't have a choice but to keep going and hope we hear it again. Or I don't think waiting here would do any good.
No.
My Dash is already walking.
As you go along the beach, heading back in the direction of home, you feel a sudden pain in your heart again as the direction picks back up with you. It's purely west.
So it's just straight out to sea.
Yes. It's not moving like it would be going south.
How hard is it to build a boat? Get a tree, cut it in half, hollow each half out. There you go.
That's not the question. Building a boat is very easy. Building a boat that is ocean worthy is very hard.
Come on, if Tom Hanks can do it, we can do it.
Tom Hanks technically did it, but, you know, that wouldn't have lasted him too long in real life.
We don't know if it's going to take too long for us to get out there and back.
You'd have to
I am
find a
not
ship.
going out on some makeshift raft on the ocean. And I'm not going to let you do it either.
Nor
We
do
need a
any of
real
you have
ship.
the knowledge of Floki.
Floki?
Floki, the shipbuilder from Vikings. The one who
I
built the
don't
ships
watch
that
that.
cross the ocean. Oh, never mind.
I don't watch TV. I watch Netflix.
That's TV.
TV's just another bill.
Vikings comes on Netflix, Hulu, all that stuff. That's how I
Oh,
watched it. Not
I
TV.
just haven't watched it.
Yeah. What's your excuse?
Okay, well, it's a fucking multi-day journey back to our place, the one place that actually might have boats.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not very keen on that.
It's the only place that you know that has a port.
Why don't we call Cypherdius and ask him if he knows of any other ports that are closer to us? There might not be any, but it can't hurt to ask.
Can try.
I will do that.
All right, you take out the stone and you call Cypherdius. Yeah. How can I help you? Who's this?
Yeah. Senna
Oh,
and company.
right. All right. Great.
Yep.
Fantastic. How are you guys doing? I haven't heard from you since the whole weird black pool thing.
Yep. Haven't found that again.
Mm-hmm.
Doing
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Demon ships around.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. We heard about that. Yeah. In your report.
Another ship disappeared and Misty stepped away. That was a new one.
You saw a ship other than a demon ship?
Yep. Real big one.
Huh. Only our cities have ports.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing. Do you know
None
of
of us
any
have built
port
ships yet.
cities
I've been in
that are
contact with
closer?
everybody. Nobody has ships. We're still
Well,
building.
Ship came from somewhere. We need
Did you get a look at it?
to. Yeah, a galleon had Don't remember the color of the sails on that one, but it was a real big one.
Don't think we even saw a sail cars. I think
you
we
guys
just saw
didn't see
the
sail
outline of a
cars,
ship
yeah.
and fire on the boat.
Mhm.
Very much like it was like on a brazier suspended,
Exactly.
I think.
They had cannons and magic.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, did you
Yeah,
say
we
magic?
don't. We don't. Yeah, I mean, somebody did. The ship disappeared
Ship.
into a purple vortex.
Was similar to Fey magic of a misty step.
Huh.
Oh, and there's krakens in the ocean.
Oh, yeah, no, we
It's-
figured that out. Lost a fishing trolley.
Thought we didn't have any boats.
No, that was our only boat. It's gone. See, it was the first one we finished completion of. A bunch of sailors got on board, went out, started fishing. They were bringing in massive hauls of fish, and then just tentacle, you know? Okay.
So you
well, if
probably
it was
don't
a
know of
misty
any other cities
step,
that have
they wouldn't have
ships.
gone very far.
Theoretically.
Theoretically, yeah.
Can feel them. They due west of where we are now, out in the sea, past fog.
Due west. I mean, I've heard about there being another continent out there, but I've never personally been, so maybe that's where they're going?
I need to get there.
No one has ships, except for the people who have ships who have your whatever you're looking for.
Demons have ships.
Demons do have ships. That's true. Well, if I said I could get you on a demon ship, which I've never seen before, nor know how one would work, that's an option. I mean, other than that, you're going to have to wait for a few months, because the next ship's not set to be out for another 2.5 months.
That ain't fucking happening, so looks like Dish is gonna vote for get us on a demon ship.
Alright. This is gonna take me some time to research. By the way, your gun's done. Yeah, forgot to mention that in the update. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna have to talk to a couple colleagues, and we're gonna need to find a way to spot one of these ships.
Saw one going north where we are now.
Can you still see
Dash's
it?
gun.
I think it's out of sight right now, right?
No, it's still headed north. The last you saw it, it was headed north.
Cannot see it right now. Could always go north, see if we can find.
All right, I got an idea. All right, question: how big was that ship?
It was the demon ship was smaller than the one at the heart,
No,
right?
the demon ship was roughly the same size.
No,
So
it was
the length of 2 dragons.
It was very, very large, as if two
And the
dragons.
2 dragons.
Right. So we're talking about a crew of maybe 600. That'll be interesting. Anyways, that's your problem to figure out. Come back home. I'm going to use you, or one of you, to scry on the ship. And if we can do that, maybe I can get a teleportation circle to drop you onto the ship. It'll be very hard. This might take me at least a week.
I think it's gonna take at least a week to get back.
Oh, no. Even if you... I'm saying, once you get back, I need to know what the ship looks like, where it is, all that stuff.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, a week is better than a few months. So
Yes.
Yeah, but how safe is it to just appear on a demon ship?
Not my problem.
None of this is safe.
Oh, Dash is all for this plan.
So, yeah. I've got a lot of books to go through. I know a friend who definitely want to be here for this in case I fuck up. See you in a week.
All right, well, guess hang up and turn back and go home.
All right.
It's just we stop at the same place for lunch. Food.
And that's where we're going to take our break. So we will be right back, folks. See you soon. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Black Waves. All right, continuing where we were, you guys begin your journey south.
As we head south, I take off my ninja gear
Mm-hmm.
and put it into my satchel and feed my worms and I'm just distraught. But
Okay. So, do you guys go ahead and make a stop in the massive city that you ran through?
before we get there, can we check out the woods as we're going through it?
What are you looking for in there?
See any signs of how the hell they got into a ship? From where we were? Because we were on the ocean front.
From where you were? Make me an investigation check.
Huh?
Okay. You don't see any signs of any developed sort of dock. You don't see any wood clearing that has happened for the making of a ship or anything like that. So your best guess, it may have been on that ship for a while and came out of an unknown dock to the north. Despite no city you've run across so far that's been from the normal inhabitants having a dock.
Guys, I have no idea how it went from land to sea. I don't see anything. Does anybody see anything out here to figure out how the heck it got from land to sea?
I mean, if someone can Misty Step an entire ship, what's to say they can't Misty Step from land onto a boat?
Do we see any indication that anyone besides us has been through these woods recently?
There is a clearly marked out trail that does head off from that city up further north. You don't know where it goes to exactly, but it looks well traveled.
Well, maybe they went down that path somewhere and went north and then Misty stepped to their ship. But those have got to be some really powerful wizards.
And as you say that, you realize that you've not run into a single wizard on this planet aside from your own.
Sasha's tail just kind of is waving in the wind because she's taken off her ninja outfit, so her tail is out in the open. And it just lightly rubs the top of her head in thought. Yeah, I got no ideas, guys.
I mean, we have plenty of time to think about this on our journey home. So I don't know.
How's Garen doing on his horse?
He's asleep.
I'm keeping an eye on him.
Dash, what made you think that we were in such peril to find it when we were leaving breakfast? What happened? Did something happen last night that we don't know about?
Had a dream. Very dark, mysterious. I not fully understand it. But I do know that Dream no longer... After Dream, I no longer feel as I should. I only hear it on boat when we were close. I don't feel it anymore.
No, you do feel it. It's Wes.
Alright,
Remember?
I do.
You started feeling it again after a while.
After a while, I start feeling it again, but
What happened
now-
in the dream?
do my best to recite the dream because I do not remember all the details you just threw at me before, Aaron.
Sure. So he goes ahead and he explains that he saw some weird dark forest. The trees seemed like they were grayed out. He remembers the body of Raku. He remembers seeing ashen hands from people in very dark hoods surrounding an individual who was holding the heart aloft. And he remembers that as they stood there, eventually the person holding it aloft lowered it to the ground, where suddenly some sort of black ichor swallowed the heart, and that's when he awoke. There you go.
Was ominous. And it was after that I lost feeling. It was only after travel and seeing it at sea that I now feel it again. And I'm worried that if I lose feeling once, it may only be a matter of time before I lose feeling once and for all. And I not be able to find it in time.
Maybe we should tell Sifo-Dyas about it. Maybe he has some clues as to what this is or what they are, or... And that's kind of messed up that Raku is dead.
Raku!
I mean, on the scale of things that happened in that dream, that was probably, the least major thing to Dash.
Oh, Raku.
I mean, I feel sorry for the poor little guy. This is really the curiosity killed the cat in extreme.
Did Sifo-Dyas seem genuinely surprised to hear everything we had to say? Or was he, could we tell, can I roll an
Would you like
belated
to roll a
insight check?
proactive or a belated insight on what Sifo-Dyas gave off when you told him about ships and demons and fun stuff and having to jump on 18 over the rock? He seemed to take everything you said in stride.
He's always sort of casual, though.
Yeah. He is always sort of... Like, the only time you've really seen Sifo-Dyas off his game is when you came back to the city and he looked like he had been, extremely tired. And it was at that time, like, he was, like, silly tired. But other than that, he generally had his normal demeanor when you were reporting this stuff in. He didn't seem to act out in any way in shock or anything like that. You do remember that he did sound a little, not nervous, but like almost excitedly piqued when you mentioned that you saw magic happening from somebody that wasn't a member of those of you who came from the material plane.
Okay, so if that's the only reaction we got out of him, it probably wasn't him. I don't know. I mean, maybe we should be careful what we tell him. I don't have any, real reason not to trust him, but I don't know. The only magic users we've seen are the ones who came with us.
From what we've heard from these villages, magic is not looked upon as okay. I mean, literally, most of these people out this way act like they would burn us at the stake. Now, in the desert, that was different. They were like, oh, magic, that's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But out here, it looks like really dangerous. And they pretty much cursed that town that went under. And we don't even know what that pick of bloody guck was. That those monsters, those animals came out of. I'm not even mentally touching that. Or the weirdness that happened when we came out of that other town and that guy, like, it disappeared and then reappeared. That's just, there's just a lot of weird stuff going on, frankly, that nobody here is really equipped to deal with.
Whole place is very, very strange.
Is we should go eat lunch in the town, exchange some of this black onyx for real gold to give us a little bit of an up for finances, head back through and use those finances to help us get to Desh's goal. Because right now, I'm holding on to 68 of these black onyx things. And from what the other people in the town said, each one of these things is like, what, 300 gold?
30.
Oh, 30 gold. So if one of these things is 30 gold, and I've got like 68 of them, I mean, how many do you guys have?
I found 57 on the beach. We got 10 from the king or whoever. And I spent 2. So I have 65.
Did you find any, Cash?
Oh, say that again. If I find any what?
The black onyx king's gold thing.
I don't think I have any.
Well, she has like over 57. I have 68. This money, you know, if we could cash out quite a bit of this black gold, this money may help us in our city and get these ships or whatever we need. But we can't take the black onyx back to our city because they don't deal in that. So we also need to find like a bank or something.
I'm sure the city has a bank.
So we can at least cash out in gold and take that gold back with us.
Yeah.
At this point, we are still on waiting. Cyberdia says it takes weeks, unless something else presents. We are in no rush as it is.
I mean, we've been ducking and dodging a lot of stuff as we've been going through. We've been ducking and dodging the fact that there is a huge underground city with hordes of these skeletal things that have magic that almost killed us. We ducked around the other city to the north. We really don't know what is really going in there. We breezed through that. You know, we've ducked and dodged past quite a bit of stuff to get to this point where there's a lot of things going on that we really don't even understand. And I'm hoping none of it comes back and bites us in the butt.
So, as you all are traveling along, you notice on the road ahead a number of shapes, two very large shapes.
What
And
shapes?
Make me a perception check. They're roughly about 150 feet away from you guys.
Basically, we can determine: do they look like they're fine, or do we see light through bones?
Sasha and Desh, the two of you see the telltale signs of some gnolls, accompanied by a larger gnome and an individual in large plate armor. One of them has a circlet-like crown that spins counterclockwise with a single green gem in it. And that's the one that's in full plate. He also carries with him a massive two-handed sword the length of him.
I'd say that might be the king.
That
We might-
vaguely sounds like something from my dream.
Mhm.
Counterclockwise crowns.
Mm-hmm.
We might need to move out of the way for the king to pass by. I don't know what the protocol is, but I don't think we're supposed to block the road.
That does
from
not
the
look like a king. A king you don't remember traveling with the gnolls.
Oh,
Or with weird magical crowns.
oh yeah, they don't like magic here.
Yeah.
You also notice, as your steeds begin to get a little bit closer, that the turned over carts that they're near, the one that the large individual in the black plate armor is next to, it looks like the part of the cart that he's standing near is like sapped of all of its color and is gray.
Have they noticed us?
Oh,
Let's get off the road into the forest. I don't like this.
Yeah, let's take some cover.
Go ahead and make me stealth
okay,
checks.
yeah.
I need one from Desh and Nash respectively.
Dash and well, Nash isn't heavy stealth, so he's gonna dex.
Oh, don't I have advantage? Wait. Wait.
What would be giving you advantage in this?
Cloak or something.
The Cloak of Arachnia does not give you advantage to stealth.
Let someone have a cloak of elven kind.
But maybe perhaps you have something else.
Hold on.
Bum, 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 bum. Do, 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 do.
I use cunning action.
To do what?
It says starting at second level, your quick thinking and agility allow you to move and act quickly. You can take a bonus action on each of your turns in combat. This action can only be taken only to take the dash, disengage, or hide action. So I hide.
Hide action is something you
The
do in combat
hide
to
out- yeah,
avoid.
that's- you do the hide action in combat to avoid being seen during combat. Technically, you're all taking the hide action right now as you're going into stealth.
What did Garen give you as a gift? Did he give you Boots of Elvenkind?
I do have on Boots of Elvenkind.
All right. Would you like to read out what the Boots of Elvenkind do?
They just make me silent.
You have advantage on stealth.
Do they? Do they give me advantage on stealth?
They should. Unless I made that up. Could have.
That would be the Cloak of Elvenkind.
While you wear these boots, your step make no sound regardless of surface.
Then that would mean that they give you advantage on
You
stealth.
also have advantage on dexterity and stealth checks.
There you
Yeah, you're right.
go. All right. Fantastic. So,
That's why we read the items.
yes, that is exactly why you read the items. All right. So, yes, you would have advantage on stealth, so you would have rolled a natural 20. However, that doesn't make up for Nash. So, here's what happens. As you all are entering the forest, Nash begins to move amongst the leaves and twigs underfoot, and boy, does he crunch some up. And this prompts the larger of the gnolls, who has armor upon him, to turn in your direction. As he turns in your direction, you can see hanging from him a necklace of 3 heads, human heads.
Oh boy.
Go ahead and... how are we going to do this? Seeing as one of you did roll a natural 20, I'm going to have you all make an opposed stealth check now. His perception
Is
is
it
plus
too late
3.
to activate something?
Okay, so we do another stealth check.
Mm-hmm. This is opposed now.
Do I still have advantage?
Yes.
Is this very much in the moment, or I have time to do something that costs an action?
I would say you have enough time to do a bonus action.
Okay, then I can't do that, so it's just going to be straight stealth.
Okay.
Well, for Dash, though, yeah, we're already caught.
Okay. Okay. Unfortunately, too many of you did not meet or bypass his perception check. So, I would like you all to roll me initiative.
I don't.
Alright, well.
As soon as I bring up the initiative tracker. And we are going to be running over to, it should be this one. No, it's not that one. It's, which one is it? Not that one, this one. Haha.
Joy. Oh. Actually, no, hang on. Let me double check something.
You gotta find me. There I am.
Yep, I've got that.
Now I have to find.
Okay, so let's see how fast I am. So I'm 16. Then my boy Nash. 18. Well, he is ready to charge. As soon as Aaron can add a point on the turn order for him, because I can't do that.
What happened to that? Okay, hold on. This was 20. This was 9. There we go. Alright, and then I need big boy, number 1. And big boy, number 2. Okay. Big boy, number 1. And then big boy number 2 is
We're down a little boy, so this is gonna be fun.
descending. All right.
Did you add a turn for Nash?
I need to add that turn for Nash. Here we go, Nash. Oh, I have to drag his token down here real quick. had a turn because the context menu was going off my screen. There we go.
Did you have a turn for Garen?
I think Garen's sitting in the sauna because he's not here.
Garen is unfortunately not able to help you in this fight as he is currently asleep, drunk, and not here.
It was just us.
Dun, 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 dun. Do, 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 do.
Well, they
All
go
right.
first. We're gonna know if they're absolutely hostile or they're just like, "Hey, kneel before us," kind of thing.
So you watch as the Knoll, leader of this group, well, one of the large ones, looks towards you, sees as you all are crossing into the threshold of the forest, and gives out a large howl into the air. And the figure in full plate with a black cloak and the counterclockwise crown with the green jewel looks in your direction. And I need to do some measuring here.
I don't like
Shh.
that guy.
5 feet short, right?
Nope. And then this is... Alright, so I need... It's going to be Nash and Desh and Sasha to make me a dexterity saving throw.
For me. And I forgot, are we at the level yet? I don't think we're at the level yet where Nash has proficiency in all saving throws yet. My big lumbering boy.
So Nash takes full damage, and the two of you take half damage as you watch the creature turn, or creature turn in your direction, and you watch as his eyes flare with a dark flame as smoke and flame pour out of the sides of the sockets of his helmet where his eyes would be. And above the three of you, you see this small bead of black that begins to scream with the shout of thousands of people, that it rapidly expands in a matter of a second and scorches the area underneath it. So this is going to be, for this damage,
If this attack breaks 20, I think we gotta run.
okay. 15. So that you guys take half. Desh and Sasha, you take half. Nash takes the full 15. It is fire damage, by the way.
So we take 7.
Yes. As all three of you are engulfed in black flame. Very briefly, you can feel this drain that doesn't come from... It feels like your muscles are being drained of their energy almost. And something tells you, some primal instinct tells you that if you get hit by another one of those, you might take a point of exhaustion. All right.
Oh, lovely.
Oh.
So, seeing as Nash was hit by the full extent of it, he does take a point of exhaustion.
Motherfucker. So he's pretty much useless this whole fight now.
And that's going to be the end of his turn. That's going to bring us to Knoll. Archers. Let's see how. So this one's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Actually, you know what? He's going to move, 25 to there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And this one's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to here. And then we're going to have 2 shots at Cinna and 2 shots at Nash. For them, it is a... There we So that is a natural 1. That is for the first shot against Cinna. So you watch as this Null, as he goes and he pulls his bow from his back, and he unsheathes one of his arrows from its quiver, and he pulls it back. The bowstring snaps, and the recoiling string goes into his face, dealing damage to him. So he's actually going to take 6 points of slashing damage as the string breaks on his bow. All right. Second shot towards Cinna. Does 21 hit?
Yeah, barely.
Okay. For this is going to be... So it does 6 damage to you, 6 piercing damage to you, as the short bow is released, and you watch as a single bolt goes flying through the air and goes just into the nick of the left side of your neck, and just gets a nick of flesh there. All right, and then the next 2 shots are going towards good old boy, Mr. Nash, or not Nash, but Desh.
Okay, they're going towards me.
No, they're going to Nash. Why am I confusing the 2 of you? There you go. So is it 10 or a 5 hit him? So I'm going to say no. Yeah. All right, fantastic. That's going to bring us to Nash.
So, my boy Nash. Well, he was going to charge in, but now his speed is halved, so... God damn, I don't think there's anything I can really fucking do with Nash. He's going to walk out there and be a big old fucking target.
Yeah, the nearest target is 40 feet away.
If he dashes, with me on his back, I suppose.
Yep, he could dash to the knoll, and you could get there this turn.
So... Dash to that knoll on top of the rock. And, just loom over it menacingly, as that's all my boy can do.
Okay. All right, that's going to bring us to Sasha.
Okay, I forgot how to do the snappy line.
You use the ruler.
The ruler is...
If you look for the 6th symbol on the left. It'll look like a power button that's slightly canted.
Right?
Nope, that is a drawing.
Snap to center, snap to corner, and no snapping.
Yeah, but how are you, like, drawing?
I did that by mistake.
Okay.
So is it this snap?
So you
Okay.
use snap to center.
Okay.
There you
Okay,
go.
there we go. All right, so my movement is only like 30 feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
So hold on, let me find where 30 is. So 30 is about 30 is about here. Okay. I will move to... Oops. I will... Now I'm trying to move myself.
You have to switch back to the mouse.
I will move to here. Is it This guy that hit us?
The guy who hit you with the magic, yes.
Right. I will shoot him with my pistol.
Okay. That does not hit. As the round goes far and wide over his left shoulder.
Okay. I will take my bonus action to take another shot.
The pistol
Wow.
jams. So now it'll take you a turn to clear the jam if you want to use the pistol again.
I'll just switch out weapons.
Okay. So, yeah. Unfortunately, you've used your action and your bonus action, so you can't switch weapons just yet. All right. You've used up, you went full 30, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't have a movement action anymore. All right, Dash.
Alright, well, I'm trying to figure out what my best play here is right now, because this boy here lost his bow, right?
Yes, he lost his bow. He is now holding the flimsy broken bow in his hands.
Alright. So it looks like those are archers. These guys just look like what? Swords, clubs, just melee weapons?
They just have scimitars.
Okay. If that's the case, what about big boy here? He's just got like a big sword?
He has a massive glaive.
Glaive, okay, so... I go there... We're trying to get the geometry out here right now, how best to use this skill.
Yeah, take your time. Talk us through your process.
See, spiritually, I think this might be my best move, but we'll have to wait and see, but... So... Yeah, so I think... Get all that guy, get all these schmucks. I'll miss out on him, but... So 20-foot radius, centered on this point. We'll get these three down here, this guy up here, and the big boy for a little bit at least.
Mm-hmm.
Desh is going to try this again, as he is going to conjure up a spike growth.
Hey, there we go. All right. So...
'Cause I don't think these guys have a fucking jump on them, hopefully. Good. 20 foot. Nope.
Okay.
Start up there, because I got all those guys.
Here's what I'll do. I will give you... let's see. Here, I'm going to put this down on the map. And don't worry, a
big
ball's not
rock.
actually there. What we're going to do is we're going to use it to create a circle, and then you said 20 foot.
Foot
and we're gonna
radius.
make it nice and green, and we're going to have it controlled by you. I'm going to say save changes and go ahead and place that exactly where you want it to have the maximum effect.
So right there, I should get all the guys I'm looking to get.
All right, fantastic.
With that, difficult terrain, creature moves through into it or within the area. They take 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet they move, and the DC is basically just a perception check to see it. If they can't see it on the spell, they can see me cast it right now, so they know it's there. It's just big spike growth. If any of these guys are going to move at all within it, they're going to take 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet they move.
And I would say initially, as you cast it, they go ahead and take the a first round of 2d4 because they're in it initially as it grows. So go ahead and roll me 2d4 piercing.
3 piercing.
So they all take 3 piercing damage.
It's not much, but if all these guys who have to charge to get into melee, that's difficult terrain for them, so they're going to have to take either the long way around or they got to be stubborn and just fucking at least a turn or two walking through that shit.
All right.
And then I'm going to say dismount from Nash to get into this guy's area. Actually, no, I'll say right here because I think this might give me a little rock cover from these archers way over there.
Yeah, you would have half cover from the archers, except for the one that's over by the cart.
All right, well, that's manageable. That's it for me. That's time for big boy.
Fantastic.
No, I can't do that because that's another level. Actually, because I took Favored Foe, it's more of an ability that lets me cast Hunter's Mark. Could I cast Hunter's Mark as well, or is that still 2-level spells?
Is it considered a bonus action?
Well, it's considered Hunter's Mark by itself is a bonus action. I took that in favor of favored enemies. So basically, I just have pre-charged Hunter's Mark.
I'll allow it.
Okay, then I would say Hunter's Mark on a big bad four-headed gnoll guy.
Okay. Big Baddie gets a Hunter's Mark, so we are going to put on him the Ninja. Actually, no, that might be confused with Stealth. So let's go ahead and instead put a...
I usually go to the Skull and Crossbones.
Here we go. Circle Heart.
Oh, you love him.
All right. Yes, he's infatuated by love. We'll see how much he loves cutting my head off this next turn.
All right. That's going to bring us to the Gnoll Pack Leader, who sees a big boy and wants a big challenge. So he is going to move. You said it's for every 5 feet, so...
Every 5 feet he moves, and everything inside that circle is difficult terrain.
5, 10. So he's going to go
20
ahead
feet of movement. He's going to take 4d4. He takes 11 piercing damage, moving through the rush.
There you go. All right. So, all right, 11. Minus 11. Fantastic. So, ooh, ow, ooh, ow, ooh, ow. Doesn't actually do that, but that's what he feels. As he's going to run up on Nash, and he's going to take a swing with his glaive.
Fear nature's Legos.
Nature's Legos say a 14.
That's a miss.
All right. Fortunately, he misses with the glaive. As you watch a giant chunk of dirt and grass get kicked up next to Nash. And let's see.
I have drawn the aggro.
For his bonus action, he's going to give out a cackling, and you watch as the gnolls with scimitars, their eyes glaze over with red.
They're raging.
And that's going to bring us to Senna.
Okay. I'm gonna step to here. I'm going to cast Bless on Dash, Nash, and Sasha.
Okay.
That D4.
How big is this rock here?
As depicted.
Like how
tall? It's only about 5 feet tall.
Okay.
Sound like I could probably hunch down behind it.
Behind the rock.
Okay.
For cover.
Let's see here. So, oh no, that's not what I want. What I want is.
And I'll give up Bardic Inspiration to Nash probably needs it.
And a Bardic Inspiration and Nash. Okay, so we're gonna give him.
Come on, boy, you got this.
A Lightning Helix as his Bardic Inspiration. There we go. All right.
We'll get the symbol legend figured out.
So let's go ahead and we move over to our Scimitar boys. All right. Let's see here. Oof, this is gonna be rough. Yep. All right. So this one gets 20 feet of movement through the spiky growth.
So he has 40 feet of movement by default then? 10, 20, 30, 40, because it's difficult terrain.
Oh, that's right. So in that case, he'll go ahead and he will dash in order to get there. Go ahead and roll your 44.
Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, yeah, four spaces. So that's 8d4 he takes.
Okay.
Get open my actual dice roller. So D4, 8 of them. 21 piercing damage.
All right.
Area of denial.
And this one's simply going to step out of it, but he still takes 2d4, I think it is.
Every 5 feet, so he spends 10 feet to get out of there, taking 6, and now he's unabated.
All right. -6 for him.
Or
There
at
we go.
least stall some of the other ones.
15, 20, 25, 30. This little guy is going to dash 5, 10. Oh, no, he shouldn't go there. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a
No,
minute.
group them up. Group them up nice and tight.
No. He doesn't want to hurt himself, so he's not going to go there. 5, 10, 15.
Standing
Area
next to that
denial's,
guy hurts him. Gotcha.
Oh, double area denial, technically, going on here. Okay.
It's no doom and gloom is fucking death near him. Good to know.
10, 15, 20. Well, yeah. No, he can go
The
15.
lesser of two evils. What's gonna hurt you less? Thorns or
25,
big black
30.
iron guy?
And then if he dashes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, he can end up there. Oh, so he's going to go ahead and dash to get to here. All right, our next buddy is going to dash 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oop, no, that's too far. One too far. Go back. There we go. This guy's gonna dash. Yeah, this guy's gonna dash. 5.
Buying
10,
a lot of time.
15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15. There we go. He's in range now. Yeah. And they can't do anything because those who have gotten in range have had to do so via painful, extenuating circumstances. All right. So that brings us to our friend here, who will remain unnamed.
Good old black iron Tarkus.
Right. Let's see here. What are his choices? Okay, so
Makes the
he's
smart choice to leave us alone.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, that's not his choice. He's going to point a finger at Senna. And Senna, I need you to make me a dexterity check as a green beam. I believe it's a dexterity. I'm going to double check this real quick. As a thin green beam, not beam, comes your way.
A save?
Some magic.
1 second. I'm just
You
going to
said
double
Senna,
check.
not Sasha.
Senna, not Sasha. Making sure. It's a Constitution saving throw.
Yes, most green magic targets Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
Why is my rolling so terrible tonight? I object.
Ooh. So yeah, all right. This is gonna hurt.
Mm-mm.
Luckily, he can only do it once, so I'll give you that tidbit of knowledge. All right. So this is gonna
Hopefully
be
there's spells per day and not spells per D6 cooldown.
7d8
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
plus 30. As a
Oh.
finger of death comes your way.
Oh, a Finger of Death, a level 7 spell, is that all?
Oh my god.
Well, you still up?
No.
No.
Well,
I don't even have that many hit points.
Okay. So Senna. All right. Let's just read something here.
oh god, I sent out immediately
A
zombie.
humanoid killed by this spell rises at the start of your next turn as a zombie that is permanently under your command, following your verbal orders to the best of its ability.
Well, it's not going back to her chief guy.
I don't like it.
So Senna falls.
Well,
Yeah, you gotta love that.
She is dead. All right.
Great going, Aaron. Level 7 spells against a level 5 party.
She doesn't even get a death save.
Nope. Pretty sure. Let me double check. I'm gonna double check to see if she gets. Hold on.
My desert boyfriend is gonna be so mad.
All right. Let me see. All right. Finger of Death. Hold on. Let's look this up. Do you roll death saving throws against
Can't
Finger
imagine I
of
would.
Death?
I mean, normally, like, Finger of Death is like a player thing. You don't see many people running around with Finger of Death.
Hold on.
Especially not this early in the game.
Huh, this actually isn't argued for some reason. All right. So in that case, you know what? We're going to say you're not dead yet, but I need you to make me a death saving throw.
We're saying if she dies, she rises.
Yes.
Okay, we gotta get her up.
All right. So 10 is the target. You rolled an 11. You passed your first one. So we're going to go the color. I remember that there was a way to do numbers on these.
You
All right,
hit,
for now,
yeah,
we're gonna
you
go-
highlight it in the thing and you press 1 or 2.
Oh, okay. Great. All right. So we're going to press 2. There we go. So you guys need to pass 2 more of those.
Okay, so we're counting down, not counting up.
Yeah, we're counting down. I can count up if you want. Here, let me do that. There you go.
1 save.
All right. That's going to end his turn.
Yeah, great. Just got a little fucking.
That's going to bring us to the bowman.
Wait for the
One of
power
them
word kill.
is directly next to 2 lovely people and is still holding his broken bow. So he's going to go ahead and drop that. And he's going to go ahead and he's going to draw a light hammer. And seeing as he does not have the want or need to have prickly feet, he's going to stay where he is. And that's going to be the end of his turn. The others, let's just see here. The one that doesn't get the half cover, or who doesn't suffer half cover for you, Nash or Desh, who's going to fire at you. The other 2 are going to fire at Sasha. So here's the one coming for our good old boy. 1d20 plus 2. So Nash or Desh, 14.
Miss. Yeah, that's a miss.
Oh, that's a miss? Fantastic. All right. And then the 2 coming for Sasha. Does a 20 hit?
Yeah.
Okay, so you take. And I believe it's just their dex bonus. So you take 4 points of piercing damage as an arrow manages to nick into your arm.
Okay.
All right, that's going to bring us over to. Actually, you know what? This one's going to go ahead and move. 5, 10, 15, 20, and then this one's going to move 5 feet. It's going to bring us to Nash.
Well, shit. I guess Nash will get Stompy, and he will try to claw Mr. Scimitar there.
Okay. 21
21.
hit for 15 slashing. That's describe to me his grisly demise.
Well, he's probably just gonna rear up and then bring the whole way down and just crush and cut him underfoot.
Okay. And there's one squished gnoll on the field.
You know, if it weren't for fucking level 9 spellcast, level fucking whatever spellcast over there, this might actually be a winnable fight.
Perhaps.
That's all I got for him.
All right, Sasha. You got a
Okay,
gnoll in your face.
If you've got
I've
a potion in
never
your bag.
used this blade before, but I am going to pull out this blade and slash.
Nice.
Why don't you use blades more often? ×2 against evil as well. Roll me damage.
Go stab evil guy.
How do I do damage?
Click the
on
name.
Blade of Lawful Judgment.
Ten.
All right, that was very anticlimactic. All right, all right, fantastic. So you slash into the gnoll that runs up to you, and you can see, while you've only given him a light glancing blow across the chest, the wound that you leave begins to smoke, and the skin underneath the smoking wound begins to bubble. And eventually the smoke dissipates, and he's left holding his now massive wound that is bleeding profusely. Because it also applies bleed. That's the hidden feature of the Blades of Lawful Judgment. Alright, so he now has bleed, so we're going to mark him with bleed 1. There we go. Oh, you know what? So yeah. Okay. He has bleed 1. So that means he's going to take an additional 1d6.
Well, for my bonus, I am going to swipe again.
You had to use your bonus to draw the blade.
Oh, okay. I can't. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Because I had to pull the blade. Because I had to.
You had to drop the pistol and pull the blade.
Yeah.
All right. So, would you like to move?
I can't without.
He will get an attack of opportunity. And you don't have a bonus action to disengage, unfortunately.
Right, I don't have a bonus action to disengage. So I might as well just stay where I am.
All right. That brings us to Desh.
Well, things have taken a turn.
Yes,
as my
rapidly.
action, I am leveling my gun at Mr. Broken Bow here. Disadvantage for melee, but advantage because pack tactics, so it's just a normal shot.
His red eyes. Or, well, actually, he doesn't have red eyes. Only the Crushed Boy did. All right. That's going to hit for 17 points of damage, which will bring him to a grand total of 26. How would you like to describe to me his grisly demise?
Well, upon hearing fucking Senna back there go down with a cry of anguish, no doubt, Dash looking back, looking at this guy, just brings the pistol up, square between the eyes, probably makes a red mist from the shoulders up, and after that, Dash is going to begin hustling his way over back towards Senna, but as a reaction, because Nash hears the kaboom, and he knows what that means, is immediately going to lash out, and as a reaction, claw big boy.
Okay. 20 will hit for 20 slashing. All right. Fantastic.
Trying to make my way to Senna, where I can feed her my 1 health potion.
Okay. As you make your way back towards Senna, you hear Nash reel out and lash at the large Gnoll pack leader and
Actually,
dig deep into his
I gotta
armor.
double check one thing. Is that
Sure.
a thing? I don't think that's necessarily a thing. I don't think my animal companion benefits from my hunter's mark. The companion bond maybe. Moves multi-attack, gains natural explorer when traveling, determined by my level. Gains proficiency, each level you gain. Favorite enemy. Oh, he gains the ability of your favorite enemy feature, which my feature is the Hunter's Mark, so I think he gains from
There you go.
Hunter's Mark.
Roll the 100
Alright.
mark.
So that's an extra d6 of damage, so he deals an additional 3 damage to the guy.
Okay. So he digs in, and he digs in deep. All right.
How does he respond?
Okay. So, pack leader is going to go ahead and make 2 attacks since he hasn't moved against
boy.
Big Boy.
Come on, Nash.
Both miss as he swings the glaive wildly. All right. Fantastic. It's going to bring us to Cinna. Make me a death saving throw. Okay, you passed 2.
One more and you're at least stable.
All right, that's going to bring us to Scimitar Boys. Most
of them are still going to be slowed down, so...
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's not going to dash. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to dash.
Isn't that in the spiky area?
15, 20.
It's not the spiky area, but he went kind of close to Death Overlord there.
He skimmed the edge of the Dark Boy. Alright, and then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to jump up onto the seat of the cart to avoid Death Boy. Dash. 10 to get down. 15, 20, 25, 30.
Is there a cart right there?
And let's see here. The one in front of you, Sasha, does not appreciate that you just gave him a weird gash that's bleeding. And
Out a little bit in attacks.
he is going to go ahead and slash out with his scimitar for 18. Does 18 hit?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I use uncanny dodge?
Pretty sure. Read off Uncanny Dodge.
Uncanny Dodge is you half damage taken. As a
You can see
reaction.
this, so yes, as your reaction, you may take half damage. So this is 1d6.
I mean, you could either do that, or you might want to save it for Death Boy, who's coming up next.
Nah, why do that? You take 3 points of slashing damage as he cuts into your right arm with his scimitar. Now, for our armored friend, he's out of spells for now.
Thank God.
So,
Just fucking Dark Fireball and Finger of Death.
I think it's.
I got a
Alt
stupid
now.
question.
Yes.
Instead of dodging, could I have a reaction cut at him instead?
Do you have riposte?
Riposte? No.
Then the answer is no.
Okay, then I keep the dodge. Okay. Because I wasn't sure. I don't know what riposte is.
It's like a reaction AC buff thing that certain people can do. Oh God, he's getting closer.
No.
5.
Oh God, he's even getting closer.
All right, so he dashed to there. I need Nash, Desh, and Sasha to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, some of his boys.
Yes, they will have to. All the Knoll leader and 2 of the Knolls will also have to make it. So this is
Come on.
the Knoll leader.
Hey, come on, Nash, roll good, boy.
And then the regular Knolls. All right.
Good, Nash. No, Dash.
Okay, he
Dash,
makes
that's even
it.
worse.
He makes it. Okay. So no
My
leader
one-
fails. All right.
The bless is 1d what?
It's
Plus,
gone.
You don't have bless on actually.
Oh yeah, anymore.
Yeah.
Your inspiration is what again? D6.
Yeah.
Nash gets a 14 instead.
Okay. All right, a 14 will pass. Nash does not suffer any adverse effects.
Thank God.
Let's see. Dash, you fail horribly.
Yeah, I know.
And let's see here. Sasha, you fail horribly. All right. So, the two of you... Let me just double check to make sure I'm getting this right.
At least one of them fails horribly too.
Two of you are going to take 1d4 necrotic damage.
And our maximum HP is reduced.
Your max HP is reduced. Oh, sorry. /R 1d4, not /R 1d4. There we go. So both of you take 2 points of necrotic damage, and your maximum HP is reduced until you take your next long rest. And both of you are now considered poisoned. So
Oh,
that's gonna be
great.
fun.
So yeah, this battle's
As you
lost.
watch the aura wash over you, you notice that the skin that is within the aura begins to darken and gray, and bits of the top of your skin begin to flake off. For our Knoll friends, one of them passed, so he takes nothing, whereas the other one also takes the 2 damage. Alright. There you go.
When does the bleeding on this guy kick in again?
It kicks in when it's when it's gonna be Sasha's turn. So, actually, he should have taken 1 more bleeding. So he keeps rolling. 6s, god dang it. -6. All right. Great, fantastic. Okay, that's gonna be the end of his turn because he dashed. And that's gonna bring us to these gnolls. Let's see. One of them is going to... The one behind the cart is going to take a shot at Nash. The 2 behind the rock are going to take a shot at Sasha.
I haven't gone yet.
Yes, you have.
No.
You slashed the guy to put
you
bleeding
slashed
on
the
him.
guy with a sword.
No. I did. And then everybody else went. And then you said his bleed came back again for a second time.
Because he missed it the first
I
time.
missed it the
I haven't
first
hit
time.
a second time. I
No,
haven't
no.
done a second time.
He missed it the first time you applied the bleed. He was going back and adding that from your last turn.
Okay.
There we go.
I thought you and Nash had another turn and I didn't go.
No, they've been targeting
I
me
did
and
the
Nash.
Constitution.
Hold on.
Things on the up
No,
and
you're
up.
right. No, you're right. You haven't gone yet. So
I
yeah.
haven't gone. Yeah.
He will take that -6, but for now he's still at the health that he was. All right. So that's going to bring
Okay.
us to these guys. These guys are going to fire. Yeah. 1 at Dash. There we go.
God.
It's 20
To who?
to you.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. So 1d6 plus 2. 8 points of piercing damage.
God damn it.
And then does a 14 or 18 hit Sasha?
A 14 does not hit Sasha. But an 18 does.
Okay, so you also take 7 points of piercing damage. That's going to bring us over to Nash.
Well, Nash is going to finagle himself over here. 'Cause I forgot, you don't use flanking, right?
No, we do use flanking, yeah.
Then never mind. Nash is not going to go there. He's going to just take a step up. So he's
Okay.
not directly being flanked.
All right.
And going after Big, Tall, and Scary.
Okay. 16
hit.
does not hit.
Of course it doesn't. That's it.
All right, Sasha. Now that 6 kicks in.
Okay.
There you go.
Since both of these, this guy and this guy is so close to me, when I swing, can I hit both of them?
Do you have a
Do you
cleaving
have
attack?
cleave?